Okay, so the first step is we need to trim these flanges because the scanner cannot read. If you think about it, if this is like this and the scanner is trying to look through here, it's hitting this flange. So you're gonna grab this knife, which is super sharp, and you're gonna cut it. And sometimes you can use scissors if it's too thin, but you wanna cut it enough. Be careful with the margins, so that if this is a beam of light, you know that you are capturing everything. And we'll do a couple of these, but this is the idea. And you're gonna cut it on the crown portion, and you're gonna cut it on the opposite portion. Remember, everything we cut also is less data that the scanner has to record, and so the faster it's gonna work. Okay, so this is pretty much done. It's ready. You see, this is a nice example how you need to trim it. Once you're done, put this away here. Okay, always be organized. And we're gonna get the powder. And the way I do it is around this, maybe a foot away. And you're gonna press, and you can move your hand in all directions. And again, press, move your hand in all directions. Now it's all nicely powdered, it's not over powdered. And this is what you want, because the scanner needs a dull surface, otherwise the light will bounce and it won't scan. All right, let's move to the machine now. You always have to start with the lower, and in this case, this is the lower. So this is a clip. We're gonna clip it, and we try to put the impression right in the middle, right in the middle. This eventually, you're gonna flip it here. Just, it's a magnetic device. You just turn it around and you're good to go when the machine asks you to do so. So we load the machine. Always start with the lower portion. It doesn't matter if your crown is in the upper or the lower arch. You always start with the lower arch. You turn your scanner on here. Here's a button. You turn it on here. And you come back to your computer. You make sure that this cable is connected, because this is the scanner cable. Then we're gonna move here to this tooth icon. We're gonna click it to open the scanner. And you just follow the prompts. So we open the scanner. You're gonna come to this icon here. Click on it. Now you are in the ordering platform. You're gonna click new. You're gonna click the triple tray, and you're gonna click save. Now you're ready to scan. You're gonna come here to scan. Click scan. Brings you to another window. You're gonna click OK in this window. Make sure you have a picture here. If you don't have that picture, you may need to shut down everything and start again. Then click scan. And it only takes like 2.5 minutes. Okay, so here, several things we need to do. This is a floor, and you want to bring this floor up, all the way up here, because the scanner right now is scanning all this empty space, and we don't need that empty space to be scanned. Here is the cursor where you're gonna click and move to the side to bring this floor up. Now leave it a little away from the impression. If you're getting trembling fingers, you can come here to the plus or minus and just hit it there, and it'll do it very gradually. Once you have these done, if you see that you're missing a portion here, you can always come here and click Add Scan. Now, with these scanners, if you magnify it so big, you'll see that you're missing something here and here. That's not important. That's not important. The computer will seal these in a later cursor that we're gonna see. But let's say that you wanna add a little scan there. You click Add Scan, and then that's gonna add more scan. And it may or it may not, it didn't close that, but the computer will close that automatically, and that's not important. So don't be OCDing about that. So we're done with this. We already scanned. So we'll click here to the next step, and now it's asking me, please insert the upper impression. You're gonna grab it and just flip it. Once you flip it, you're gonna click next. This is gonna present you with our scan, and the computer is gonna have corrected it already, right? You still see that little hole, it's not important. Go ahead and click next. Maybe you can stop the video now. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now it finished scanning. I'm gonna look at it, and it looks just fine. So I'm gonna click next. It's gonna stitch both impressions together, and at that point we're gonna need to do some trimming, because this impression, for the lab to use it, they need to see the teeth. And the way we do that is thinking tridimensionally. Inside this are your teeth. So what we do is, you're gonna bring it like this, and we're gonna cut this. Now, if you cut this, it's gonna cut depending on the angle. If this is angled towards me and I cut this, I'm gonna cut the teeth, because these teeth are looking like that now. So you need to bring it up to a point where you know that wherever you cut, you're not cutting the teeth underneath. You're gonna come here, click on this icon, and once you click on that icon, you're gonna hit Shift and hold Shift, and then here in the mouse, you're gonna hold the left button, and you're gonna walk your cutting line here. You're gonna walk it like this, and then go up. Everything that it is in the area of that will be erased. Now I'm gonna come here and click Delete, and if you look at this, left click and turn. This is what I was talking about. The lab wants to see these, okay? So now that we uncover and turn this into a positive cast, then we can send it out. But let me keep trimming it a little bit. So I'm gonna click this icon, hold Shift, and I'm gonna get rid of everything that we don't need. The lab does not do this, and they will send your case back if we don't do this. So that's pretty straightforward. And now I'm gonna clean this area here. And this is just a matter of getting used to it. It's just like playing video games. You have to play till you get used to it. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit Delete, and as I rotate this with the right button, we're done. That's what the lab wants. Once you do this, you can click next. This is the area where we're gonna close those holes that we had. Remember this little hole here? We come here, we close the radius, and we hit fill hole. And it's gonna fill. You see how that hole got filled? And that's why I was talking about don't pay a lot of time, or don't waste a lot of time trying to fill certain little holes. Now we're gonna come here and hit complete. We're done. Now this is saved in an area that is called dental orders, and it's on disk C. So we're gonna open our file cabinet, and we're gonna go here to the disk C, OSC. The very first one here is the dental order. That's where our file went. And usually is the day that you're working and is the hour that you're working. So this is our file. You select it, then you right click and you rename it. We need to get organized, so that's why we have to do this in this manner so that we can be organized. So this is Susan what? Warwick?
Garrick.
Susan Garrick, and this is my case.
Eric.
So it's a Dr. H. Dr. H. And then this is tooth number 31. And then what shade is this?
It's going to be a gold one.
Gold? So we're going to hit gold. That's it. Now this is ready to send. And once we send these files, we can save them here where it says sent. And here's where we're gonna have all those patients, just in case they lost it or something happened. We can come back here to the file sent. And you see all these patients that we've been sending. All right, let's go back. Now, if you wanna check how your scan looks like, you double click here. And these are the STLs. This is what you actually need to send to the lab. And that'll be another video where I explain how we use AlienWorks and how we send this. But if you double click in one of these, you'll open another program called Mesh Mixer, and it allows you to see your scans. And you can do a lot of things in this program, but you know, for purposes of a quick view, you just want to click there and see how it looks. Oops. So that's how it's looking. All right. Turn it up.